Hello everyone and welcome to the next installment of Disney Fireside Chats. In this video we will take and talk about everything related to Walt Disney World dining and the dining plan. So stay tuned!
1, 2, 3, action! 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 Oh!
Welcome back everyone. Thank you all very much for tuning in. In this video, we're going to take and talk about all of the things relating to Disney dining lingo. We'll take and talk about dining reservations, tipping in those reservations or gratuity, our favorite restaurants, our not so favorite restaurants, the Disney dining plan, as well as the value or maybe not the value to your family for the Disney dining plan, as well as allergies. So if you have a family member or if you yourself have any type of food allergies, we'll take and talk about how Disney is very accommodating to those allergies. But before we go ahead and take and get started, I do want to take and highlight the shirt that I am wearing today. It does say, "Paging Mr. Morrow, Mr. Tom Morrow," and in the comment section below, go ahead and take and comment which ride at Walt Disney World is that saying on. Please subscribe to our video over here. Also, they can like the video, share the video with your friends and family. Disney classifies their dining into different categories. So you have quick service, table service, character dining, signature dining, in-room dining, snacks, and then also your dinner shows. Quick service dining is going to be very similar to like a mall food court or like a Qdoba, where you take and you order your food is prepped for you, and then you sit down and you eat it. You take care of your own dishes, you take care of your own tray. It's typically counter service or quick service dining. Table service dining is where you are served by a server, where you are offered a menu or a buffet option, and you provide that server gratuity, but that server is going to continue to refill your drinks for you. They are going to take and clear your table for you. So typical table service restaurants like an IHOP or a Denny's or a Buffalo Wild Wings or an Outback. Disney groups all of their different dining options into categories, which are quick service, table service, character dining, signature dining, in-room dining, snacks, as well as dinner shows. Quick service is going to be similar to a mall food court where you take and you order and pay for your food, you fill up your own drink cup, you go sit down, you consume your meal, then you take care of your dishes. Table service is going to be like a Buffalo Wild Wings or an Outback Steakhouse where you are seated, you have a server that is providing a service to you. There is a buffet option, or there could be an option where you're ordering off of a menu. The server will take and serve your food. They keep your drinks full for you. You do provide gratuity or a tip to them at the end of their service, and then they clear your table. Character dining is going to be an experience where you have different types of characters based upon the restaurant where you're at, where the characters will come to your table. They will interact with your family. They do not necessarily talk to you unless it's the princesses. If it's an animated character that you would see on TV, they do not talk. But the princesses or princes will take and talk with you. That dining experience typically is going to be a buffet style where you get food in between the characters as they are coming to your table. They also do have menu options where you do take an order off of a menu and then the food is taken and served to you. Character dining does have wait staff, so they will continue to refill your drinks for you. They do clear out your plates, so you do provide gratuity at character dining. Signature dining is going to be a more of an upscale Ruth Chris type steakhouse that maybe you see at like the Amway Grand, where it's a 4-star or 5-star type restaurant where you're getting the filet mignon or the porterhouse or the lobster tail or the more expensive type signature dining. There's also in-room dining, your typical, your pizzas, your pastas, your salads, your breadsticks. Those are offered for in-room dining. They also do offer burger and fries in some locations. Your snacks are going to be your Mickey bars, your Dole Whips, your box of popcorn, drinks, bags of chips, candy bars. Dinner shows are going to be shows with entertainment. So you have the Mickey's Backyard Barbecue or the Hoop-de-Doo Review or the Aloha Luau. which is over at the Polynesian. So lots of different Disney dining options, and again, they categorize them into quick service, table service, character dining, signature dining, in-room dining, snacks, as well as dinner shows. There are 376 different dining options at Walt Disney World, including 189 of those that are quick service and or snack locations, 147 table service locations, 19 character dining options, as well as 21 signature dining locations. Disney allows guests to take and book their dining reservations 180 days from the start of their trip. If you are staying on Walt Disney World property, and let's say your vacation is planned for a week long, you can start planning your dining reservations for that entire week on the very first day of your trip, as long as you're within that 180-day window. So the tip here is that if you are looking at getting into more of a popular restaurant like Cinderella's Castle, or maybe the Hoop-Dee-Doo Review, or Tusker House, you'd want to take and plan for that type of dining later in your trip, so that you can take and get those dining reservations prior to the general public who may not have a Disney resort reservation to be able to book that dining reservation. So what I mean by that is, for instance, today, because I don't have a reservation in August, I can book for August 4th. Tomorrow I can book dining for August 5th. The next day I could book for August 6th. However, if I was staying there the 4th through the 10th, for instance, I could take and book my dining reservations for the 4th all the way through the 10th today. You can start booking your dining reservations online through the mobile app or on a desktop computer starting at 6 a.m. or you can take and call Walt Disney World starting at 7 a.m. Again, 180 days out from the start of your trip. If you are booking Disney dining and you are going to book a character dining experience, for instance, there is a credit card that is required to take and hold that reservation. You have up until 11:59 the night before your reservation to cancel that reservation with no charge to your credit card. If you cancel that reservation after 11:59 p.m. the day before your dining reservation, your credit card will be charged for the number of people that you had as at the rate that you would be paying for like a buffet, for instance. Dining reservations are highly recommended for table service locations, character dining, as well as the dinner shows or signature dining. A credit card is required to take and hold your dining reservation, and as long as you cancel that reservation at 11:59 p.m. prior to the day of your reservation, you do not get charged. However, if you cancel your reservation after that 11:59 p.m. the day before your reservation, your credit card is charged for the full number of people in your party, as well as what the menu ticketed price would be for that dining reservation. There are a few exceptions to the Disney credit card hold policy, and I recommend that you do check WaltDisneyWorld.com out to make sure that you are aware of all of the policies prior to you booking your reservations. And one of those exceptions is Cinderella's Castle at Magic Kingdom. They do require you to take and pay for your entire dining experience in full at the time of your reservation. If you do cancel that reservation with, outside of the 24-hour mark, so within 24 hours, you do receive that full deposit back onto your credit card. If it's less than 24 hours, they keep your deposit and that does not get refunded. Taxes and gratuity are included into the price that Disney does charge. So for instance, I did price out this morning what Cinderella's Castle would be in August for both myself and my oldest daughter. It was going to be $121 for that dining reservation. Now that allows you to pick anything off the menu. It is character dining and it is in the iconic Cinderella's Castle. And because we're not on the dining plan, because I just selected online, I would have to take and pay that in full. The benefit is if you are on the dining plan, you do not have to take and put the credit card down for deposit because the credit card is already on file, and then they're just going to take and charge, quote unquote, your dining plan entitlements or the dining plan credits, which I'll talk about here in a little bit. Another exception would be the Hoop-Dee-Doo Review, the Spirit of Aloha Luau, and the Mickey's Backyard Barbecue. Those also require paid in full deposits, and they have a 48-hour cancellation policy. I do recommend, though, doing your dining reservations at the 180-day mark for your trip. However, if it's a last-minute trip and you are not able to take and do your dining reservations that far out, there is a chance that you could take and get a last-minute reservation, maybe looking between 11 p.m. and 12 a.m. when dining reservation cancellations are coming in, and you may be able to get a reservation for breakfast, lunch, or dinner the next day, or maybe within your trip somewhere. And I know a lot of people have used that tactic before, and it has worked for them. Also, another tip I can provide to you is try to book your dining reservations if you're going to do morning reservations prior to the park opening, and make sure that when you are doing your planning that you are looking for the parks that have extra magic hours in the morning, and then don't book or don't plan your trip or your day or your dining on those extra magic hours. So for instance, Magic Kingdom may open at 9 a.m., but Be Our Guest restaurant opens at 8 a.m. What we can do is we can book an 8:05 reservation, we go in, we eat, and then we are able to exit the restaurant at the same time that the park is just starting to take and open up, and we can be first in line for some of the hot ticket items or some of the hot rides in the Magic Kingdom and Fantasyland, like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or Peter Pan, or we can run over to Frontierland and get in line for Big Thunder Mountain Railroad or Splash Mountain. The other neat thing too is as you're walking into the parks that early in the morning, your only congestion is going to be the other dining reservations or the other dining guests. So you're able to get some really cool photos with really not anybody around. So if you want to take and get a picture down Main Street with just a couple people, by all means take and do that. If you want to get a picture in front of Cinderella's Castle or the Tree of Life or the Epcot Ball, and you don't want to have to take and worry about a bunch of people being in your photo, the way that you can do that is through booking your dining reservations for breakfast prior to the park opening. Table service restaurants, character dining, shows, and signature dining does require gratuity to be paid. Some of the reservations or some of the dining experiences have gratuity included, like Cinderella's Castle, Mickey's Backyard Barbecue, Hoop-Dee-Doo Review, etc. But many table service options do not. So you have to plan for that gratuity. Now, Disney does have a rule that any party of 6 or more, an 18% gratuity is automatically added. So even if you are on the dining plan, and you have a Disney dining plan or the deluxe Disney dining plan, and you have table service credits, you do have to still take and pay gratuity. Now, I do want to take and highlight some of our favorite restaurants. This includes trips that we've taken both as a family as well as maybe just the adults-only trips, and I'm going to be able to talk about each one of the restaurants. So Garden Grill in Epcot does offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it is family style. So what that means is that they bring you, for instance, for breakfast, they bring you a cast iron skillet that has potatoes and eggs. They have bacon and sausage and rolls and just lots of different food. They bring you out a bowl of fruit. They bring you out another cast iron skillet that has the sticky buns or the cinnamon rolls in it. And you are able to pick from it as a family. It's all you can eat. It's like buffet style, but you're not having to go anywhere. You can sit at your table and they bring the food to you. They continue to refill those pans as much as you want, and you're able to just eat at the table and enjoy the characters. Garden Grill is a character dining experience. It is in the Land Pavilion, like I said, at Epcot. And the characters that are there include Chip and Dale, Mickey, and Pluto, and they are dressed up in their farmer attire. Now, one thing that is neat about the Garden Grill, it's actually a revolving restaurant that revolves around the different scenes of the ride below, which is Living with the Land. Another character dining experience that I would say is probably our favorite dining experience at Animal Kingdom is Tusker House. They do offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It is buffet style, so you are seated at a table, your drinks are served to you by a server, and then you go up to the buffet line and you get your food and you come back to the table. Characters that are there include Donald Duck, Mickey, Goofy, and Daisy, and as you can see in the photos, they do have their safari attire on. This was our first character dining experience when we went down to Walt Disney World back in 2011 and 2012, and it was a lot of fun, and we continue to go back every year. Outside of the parks, there is character dining options as well at some of the deluxe resorts, And one of those deluxe resorts that does have character dining is the Grand Floridian. The restaurant is called 1900 Park Fare, and they do have a breakfast buffet, which includes characters of Mary Poppins, Alice in Wonderland, the Mad Hatter, Tigger, and Pooh. And then they also have a dinner buffet, which includes Cinderella, Prince Charming, the evil stepmother, and the evil stepsisters. And as you can see in the photo, the evil stepsisters were just in love with Little Man. Over at Hollywood Studios, the restaurant called Hollywood and Vine is another character dining that is one of our favorites. The reason for this is this has a lot of Disney Junior characters, including Doc McStuffins, Sophia the First, Jake and the Neverland Pirates, and also Hanny Manny. The breakfast buffet is a option for you where they do have made-to-order omelets. And then they also do have seasonal character dining during dinner time, including Minnie, Mickey, Daisy, Donald, and Goofy. A quick service dining option that we do enjoy over at Disney Springs is Deluxe Burger. They only offer dining during lunch and dinner, and I will tell you these burgers are huge. It's kind of like an a la carte type menu where you get to buy your burger, and then you order your fries, and then you order your milkshake. It's very similar to like a Five Guys burger, but the food is much better. The atmosphere is much better. There is both indoor as well as outdoor seating. And what's neat is it's in the town center area of Disney Springs, which is the newest area. And so there's a lot of nightlife, a lot of people that are walking around if you choose to eat out on the deck. And it's just absolutely beautiful. The other neat thing about Deluxe Burger is that they do offer mobile ordering. There's a lot of mobile ordering options throughout the parks, as well as Deluxe Burger at Disney Springs. And released earlier this week, Disney Dining options or Disney Dining Plan recipients are also now able to do mobile ordering. There for a little while, you were only able to just charge your credit card, and if you were on the dining plan, you were not able to take and do mobile ordering and use your entitlements or your credits. And Disney just released last week that you are now able to take and do mobile ordering with your My Disney Experience app if you are on the dining plan. The benefit here is that you take and you order your food, you walk up, you show them your phone, you scan your Magic Band, and then you're off with your food. No more waiting in lines, which is great. Another quick service restaurant that we do like is going to be in the Pandora area at Animal Kingdom, and it's the Satuli, I said that wrong, Canteen. So the Satuli Canteen. And again, it's a quick service restaurant. And the way it works is that you have a bowl, and you are offered a protein, a base, and a sauce. Your proteins would include beef, chicken, fish, tofu, and then you pick your base and then your sauce. They mix it all together, and as you can see in the photos, we did choose the grilled chicken bowl. They also do have the blueberry cream cheese mousse dessert, but it is quite amazing to taste at least once, and it looks really cool as well. This quick service dining reservation in Pandora at Animal Kingdom does have mobile ordering as well. Another quick service restaurant that tends to be our favorite or tends to be a stop for us when we do go to Walt Disney World, especially if we're going to resort hop, is going to be Captain Cook's at the Polynesian. It is on the main level of the Polynesian, so you immediately go outside from the main lobby, you walk around the corner, and you're effectively there at Captain Cook's. It is a quick service dining option that does have, and they do serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But our favorites include the pulled pork nachos as well as the pulled pork sandwiches. Teresa still to this day is trying to find the recipe for these pulled pork nachos and has me trying different things on the grill to make sure that we can try to match that recipe, but it just doesn't match exactly as what Walt Disney World has. Another dining reservation that our family likes a lot is eating at Ohana Restaurant at the Polynesian. This is a character dining experience during breakfast. It's another family-style service where they provide you your food in cast iron skillets. You scoop it out of there, and then they will continue to refill your drinks and refill the food as much as needed. What's neat about this, though, is that the characters here include Lilo, Stitch, Mickey, and Pluto. You meet Stitch out in the lobby, and then you have Lilo, Mickey, and Pluto that walk through the restaurant. They also do take a timeout kind of in the middle of your dining for shows, and the girls get to grab maracas, or your children get to grab maracas, and you're able to beat the maraca as you're going through the restaurant to the Hawaiian roller coaster song. So if you're on iTunes, go ahead and take and listen to the song and imagine being at the Polynesian, overlooking Seven Seas Lagoon, and you are looking at Cinderella's castle for breakfast, being served some very, very good food, and being able to spend time with Lilo, Stitch, Mickey, and Pluto. Character dining is not offered any other time except for breakfast. Dinner at Ohana is not a character dining experience. However, the food is quite good. It includes skewers of sweet and sour chicken, oak grilled shrimp, steak to your table, as well as dumplings, stir-fried vegetables, noodles, and salads. So definitely a very good Polynesian cuisine. A favorite snack location for us is going to be at Ampaho Creamery at the Boardwalk Resort. They have snacks, they have ice cream, and also ice cream sundaes. The neat thing here is all of their ice cream is homemade, and it includes all natural ingredients. So definitely very good food, and also very good for our family because of the allergies that we have. And then I would say our last favorite restaurant, by all means, not just because of the iconic location, not just because of the hype, but the fact that I was able to see pure excitement come from my girls a couple years ago, is going to be Cinderella's Castle at Magic Kingdom. The neat thing here is that you do order from a menu, so it's not a buffet. You order your food from a menu. The server brings it to your table. You get a photo of Cinderella in the lobby, and then the princesses that typically round during your meal include Jasmine, Belle, Ariel, Tiana, and Aurora, or a combination of them. I will tell you that if you are on the dining plan, this does count towards 2 of your table service credits per person, but gratuity and taxes are included in that the use of those 2 table service credits. It is very iconic. You walk up the spiral staircase into Cinderella's castle. They do have an elevator, so they are ADA compliant. But you sit at the grand tables. The design, the decor is absolutely beautiful. And then the neat thing is that they have a portion of your meal where they hand all of the children a wishing star, and they kiss the star, and then they throw their wishes out to the fairy godmothers. They are also offered a magical wand, or for boys, they are offered a sword. So it's definitely an experience. You have to at least try it once. Yes, it's very expensive, but it's definitely an experience that you will not regret. One of our not-so-favorite restaurants is at Magic Kingdom, and it's called Crystal Palace. It's been one of the restaurants that's been open since the start of Walt Disney World. It is just off of Main Street, USA, on your way towards Adventureland. It is a character dining experience during breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and your characters include Pooh, Tigger, Piglet, and Eeyore. Things that I found here that are not favorite for us is the food is mediocre, even though it's some of the same stuff that you get at the other restaurant. It's just not the same. It is tight quarters, it's very loud, and the last couple times we've been there, we didn't find that the characters rounded as fast as the other places. They do tell you to plan between 60 and 90 minutes for character dining, and we were there for almost 100 minutes last time in November, and we never seen Piglet. Now, it wasn't a big deal for our girls because they didn't want to see Piglet, and so we were able to leave after that 100-minute mark, but we were trying to wait out for Piglet. So it's not one of our favorite dining options just because of those reasons. Tight quarters, it's loud, and the characters don't round quite as fast. Another not-so-favorite restaurant for our family is Chef Mickey's at the Contemporary Resort. It is a breakfast, lunch, and dinner buffet, character dining, including Mickey Mouse, Minnie, Pluto, Donald, and Goofy, and they are all decked out in their chef uniforms. They have stains on their shirts and such, and that's part of the ambiance of them cooking and being crazy at the Contemporary Resort. But one of the things that we weren't really too fond of was that it's an overrated, the decor was set in the 1990s. Now, I will tell you that when we were there, it was the older style decor. They have just fully renovated Chef Mickey's, and it does have a little bit more of a hip type decor. It is cool because you do have the monorail that is going in overhead. But one of the things that we don't like about it is that it's very loud. It's huge, and it's very loud. The characters do interact very well with the guests. They do round quite a bit. But just the food, the atmosphere just wasn't, I would say, our favorite compared to, like, Tusker House. Another thing that we're not too fond of at Walt Disney World is going to be really the pizza. The pizza at Walt Disney World, at least at your typical quick service resort type restaurants, we're not really fond of it. It's very similar to like Little Caesars or Chuck E. Cheese pizza. It's kind of that cardboard. But again, when you're at 11 o'clock at night and you just got back from the parks and there's really nothing else that you want to eat other than a big slab of pizza, by all means have some. But it's not our favorite. I can get pizza anywhere. When I'm at Walt Disney World, I want to try some different fun, unique foods. I will tell you that pizza service is offered, or they do, if you are on the Disney dining plan, they do take 2 of your table service credits, which would be 1 pizza, 2 drinks, and 2 desserts for your family. So it may or may not be worth it for you. For us, we have found that taking of those entitlements really is not that beneficial for us, because we'd rather take and use those 2 table service credits at Cinderella's Castle or Hoop-de-Doo Review or somewhere else. So pizza is not a favorite thing for us. Askershush in the Norway Pavilion at Epcot is also not a favorite for us. It is Norwegian cuisine, breakfast buffet, and then order from the menu for lunch and dinner. It is a princess character dining experience. They include Snow White, Cinderella, Belle, Princess Aurora, and Ariel. The atmosphere was nice, but we really didn't like the food options. Apparently we found out that we do not like Norwegian cuisine. Another not-so-favorite restaurant for us is going to be 50's Primetime Cafe. This is over at Hollywood Studios. It is a table service restaurant, and what they tell you is it's like staying at Mama's house or eating at Mama's house in the 1950s. It is only available during lunch and dinner. The waitstaff will treat you like family. Mama Jean, Mama Joe, Papa Jack, I think are some of the names that they do share. The waitstaff will pick on you if you don't eat all of your food or if you're picky about your food. The decor is really neat, but I will tell you that it is very tight, it's loud, and the food for us really wasn't that good. It was really salty, and also it didn't really set well with us. Now mind you, we ate that at the very last day of our trip. We were all tired. 2 of the 3 girls were sick. So maybe our not-so-favorite experience was just the fact that our family wasn't feeling well, not necessarily the location. We may do it again if it was just adults only, but I don't think I would go back with my young children there. And then our last not-so-favorite restaurant is going to be Our Guest at Magic Kingdom. This is one of the most sought-out reservations because it is the newest restaurant at Magic Kingdom. And it is a very cool location. It has 3 dining areas, the Grand Ballroom, the West Wing, and the Castle Gallery. And what's neat about this is the Imagineers were able to take the show or the movie of Beauty and the Beast and be able to imagine it into a real live location. Another neat thing that they do offer is that they offer 30 days advance ordering online. So you can take and order all of your food 30 days in advance. So as soon as you show up, you give them your dining reservation information, and they hand you a puck. You go stand in line, and then you get seated at your table. What's cool here is that you don't have to stand in a very long line trying to take and order your food and then wasting extra time or precious time to be able to take and get into the parks. During breakfast and lunch, it is considered a quick service restaurant, but does recommend a reservation. Dinner is going to be table service with a character experience, which is going to be both Belle as well as the Beast. This is the only character dining location where you are able to take and see the Beast. Things that we didn't like about it was that the food portions were quite small. The food was cold both times we were there for the last trip. And then also it took a very long time for our food to get there. We went for breakfast twice, both days when we were at Magic Kingdom back in November. The first time was fine, no major issues. The second time we were in the main Grand Ballroom. It was very loud, and our food took forever to get to us. By the time it got to us, it was cold, and again, the portions are small. And as you can see from some of the photos, you can kind of see some of the different food options. Disney dining plans. The neat thing about the Disney dining plans is that every single guest that's over the age of 3 does receive a resort refillable mug. And as you can see, there's different designs on these mugs. And they all highlight the different resorts. The neat thing about these mugs is that you can take them to any of the resorts and you can fill them at any of the soda pop machines. You can get coffee, juice, I believe you can also get hot chocolate as well as tea in these mugs. You can take these mugs into the park with you. However, they are not refills or free refills in the park. You can simply just take your drink with you into the park or as you're riding transportation to the park, and then throw them underneath the stroller, throw them in your backpack, whatever the case may be. You can refill them at drinking fountains, and it's a neat kind of souvenir that they do provide you. Now, Disney does categorize their dining reservations into 3 different types. You have quick service dining plan, you have the dining plan, and then you have the deluxe dining plan. So the quick service dining plan is going to be 2 quick service meals and 2 snacks per person per night, and that's at 120 locations. The dining plan includes 1 quick service meal, 1 table service meal, and 2 snacks per person per night, and that's going to be about 210 locations. And then your deluxe dining would be 3 meals, any type of meal, whether that's quick service or table service, and 2 snacks per person per night. And there is the additional signature dining locations that are available to you if you're on the deluxe dining plan. Now, costs for those plans do vary. Your quick service plan for an adult, anybody over the age of 12, is $52.50 per person per night of your stay. Children's costs for a quick service dining plan will be $21.74. The dining plan, which is going to be 1 quick service meal, 1 table service, and 2 snacks per person per night, is $75.49 for adult and $25.75 for children. And then your deluxe dining, which is going to be 3 meals of any type and 2 snacks per person per night. Adults are $116.25 and children are $39.99. How does the Disney dining plan works? So you are offered entitlements, or you pay for entitlements. It's a prepaid dining plan, prepaid dining service, where you pay prior to the start of your trip for all of your dining entitlements, which are pooled together into the categories depending on your plan, whether it's quick service, table service, or your snacks. Each meal you use your entitlements until they're gone. Now, the tip that I can give you is that quick service entitlements are not separated based on age. So if you're looking to have your credits go further, considering getting an adult meal for your child and then split it among your children so that you can take and have 1 quick service credit be split among 2 different children. Now, you do have to take and use all of your entitlements prior to the end of your trip, or you lose them. Snacks are single service item. Quick service consists of a combo meal, which is an entree plus a side and a beverage. And then your table service meals consist of an entree, a dessert, and a beverage. Dessert in a table service meal can also be substituted for a side salad, a cup of soup, or a fruit plate if you choose. Present your valid Disney Resort ID to your server or cashier at participating restaurants, like your Magic Band, or a park ticket card, depending on what you have. Then you want to specify the number of meals or snacks to be redeemed. You can redeem your meals and snacks in any order during your stay until the number of meals and snacks associated with your package have been depleted. Any unused meal and snacks and the ability to use a refillable mug expire at midnight on your package reservation checkout date. The Disney dining plan is unavailable for guests under the age of 3, but that guest may share from the adult plate at no extra charge. If you choose to, you can add extra food for that child under the age of 3, but you do have to take and pay extra for that. Also, keep in mind with the Disney dining plan that any table service restaurant or character dining that it does not have gratuity included, you do have to take and pay that gratuity, and parties of 6 or more will be 18% automatically added to your bill. Now, the value of the dining plan really is based upon your family's eating habits. So for 2017, or in 2017, we were able to save about $100 by being on the dining plan. Now, the only reason why we saved that $100 was that we used all of our snack credits up to buy Rice Krispie treats and cookies and different snacks at the end of our trip to bring back home with us. But normally, we would not have spent that extra money or the extra credits on those snacks. So if we would not have bought those extra snacks, we actually would have paid about $50 more for the dining plan than it would have been worth for us. However, when Teresa Littleman and I went back in January of this year, if we would have been on the quick service dining plan, we would have saved about $15 total for the cost of our trip or the cost of our food because of the food options that we chose, which were all quick service restaurants. So my advice to you is research menu prices to determine if the dining plan is of value to you. Also consider, if not on the dining plan, to order children's meal versus adult meals to save money. The portions for your children's meals are smaller, but they're really not that much different than adults. And as you can see in the photo, this entire plate of food includes 3 kids' meals and then 1 adult meal, and this was just under $30 for breakfast. I did that exact same meal, but instead of getting the adult meal, I switched it to another children's waffle meal, and we were able to save about $5. And I felt just as full eating a couple Mickey waffles, a piece of sausage, and a piece of bacon than I did eating the entire bounty platter, which was eggs, bacon, sausage, a biscuit, and I think 1 Mickey waffle as well. The other neat thing about the children's meals is that they do come with a side and a drink. So what was neat here is that we were able to get a side of grapes. We threw those in the backpack, and the children were able to eat those as a snack throughout our day in the parks. Now, Disney is extremely allergy friendly. By substituting different ingredients and approaches, most Disney chefs, restaurants, and quick service locations can accommodate the following common food allergies: gluten or wheat, eggs, fish, milk or lactose, peanuts and tree nuts, shellfish. By substituting different ingredients and approaches, most Disney chefs, restaurants, quick service locations can accommodate the following food allergies: gluten or wheat, eggs, fish, milk or lactose, peanuts or tree nuts, shellfish, soy, corn. By substituting different ingredients and approaches, most Disney chefs, restaurants, and quick service locations can accommodate the following common food allergies. These include gluten or wheat, eggs, fish, milk or lactose, peanuts and tree nuts, shellfish, soy, and corn. Many Disney restaurants are now offering allergy-friendly menus to address these food intolerances, and many are able to accommodate lifestyle requests as well, like low-fat, low-sodium, no sugar added, and vegetarian options, often with no advanced arrangements. Guests with food allergies should discuss their dietary requirements with their server upon arrival at the restaurant. Guests also have an opportunity to consult with a chef or special diet-trained cast members if desired. So for us, our family has artificial food color allergies: blue 1, yellow 5 and 6, red 2, red 40. And what was neat here is that you really felt like royalty, because the chef will walk you through all the different food options, especially if it's a buffet, and they will let you know what does and does not have food dyes. They will hand you a book that has all of the ingredients for the food that is being served to you and your family, and you can take and look and see exactly what is in your food. That has been really neat for us. Now, it does add a little extra time. It does seem like it's an inconvenience for the staff, but it's really truly not, because they want you to be able to have a magical experience the entire time. So in summary, guys, we were able to take and talk about Disney dining lingo, how to book and when to book your Disney dining reservations, everything you need to know about the Disney dining plan, allergies, and also our impressions on many of the Walt Disney World dining options. Thank you, everyone, for watching this video. I would request that you do take and subscribe, like, and share this video. And also, please take and comment any additional video ideas below, as well as on our page. And also, don't forget to take and put what ride this saying is on. Paging Mr. Morrow, Mr. Tom Morrow. Thank you all very much, and have a magical day. Ooh, he stinks.